Welcome to Subramani. Today is going to be a very different kind of a post. This is again, of course, behavioral finance. I was always convinced that people don't buy real estate only as an ROI, right? People don't look only for return of investment in real estate, they look for many things. So I was pleasantly surprised or happy to see an article about the wealth discrimination in the US between the blacks and the whites. And I realized that many people who buy housing do not consider return at all, because for them it is a matter of security. So if you have been a black person or a colored person in a country where you were not treated well, or if you are a minority in any country, I think the huge security that you can have your own house and nobody can throw you out. How does that happen? By repaying all the loans. So two things: one is buying a house and feeling secure about buying a house, and second, finishing off the mortgage as quickly as you can so that nobody can throw you out, is a very, very basic thing, a requirement which a person is scared. So somebody who has been thrown out of the house once, maybe in Pakistan in 1947, or something happened to them in 1984, the Congress goons got them, or something like that, they get scared that they will be thrown out of the house. Take Kashmiri Pandits. They must have bought a house in Kashmir and they were thrown out of their own house. This creates tremendous insecurity. So when these people come as a refugee, remember, now they are suddenly in minority within their own country. So the average person who comes, let's say the Sindhi who came in from Pakistan, or the Punjabi Sikh who came in from Pakistan, or who got impacted in 1984, or the Kashmiri Pandits who were thrown out in 20 years have passed, so sometime in 1999 or 2000. All of them would be feeling tremendously insecure about not having their own house, of staying in a rented house, of the fear that the landlord might turn them out, or if they have bought a house and they have not repaid the loan, the company coming and repossessing the house. All these are not explainable at all in terms of ROI. So if you're talking ROI, then the people have to be very clear that this is a return that they should get on capital, so therefore it is not worth buying a house. But if it is your own insecurity that you are talking about, it is obvious that you will first want to buy a house and, like I said, immediately repay all the mortgage. Now, for people like me, we have had a very secure place that my father always had a house. I had a house on rent, and I knew in the worst case scenario of my landlord throwing me out, I could go and stay in my father's house. That kind of security I had, and therefore I was indifferent to buying a house. For me, a house was just a place to stay, and even now currently I think I've overpaid for this house in terms of renting would have definitely been cheaper. But then when I bought this house, I didn't have to borrow. That is a huge advantage. Having said all this, let us look at some more. So if you are a minority, whether you are an Asian living in the US, or you're a migrant into Mumbai, you could be from Bihar, you could be Tamil Nadu. We are all, Mumbai is a city of migrants, right? The question is, when did you migrate? My grandfather migrated more than 100 years ago. And so therefore I'm an old migrant. If your family had migrated 20 years ago, you would be a younger, newer migrant. Now what happens for the migrant is they're very scared that they will be thrown out. So the first thing the migrant wants to do is to buy a house. This has nothing to do with ROI. The question is, what can he afford? If he is very low down, can he afford a 6 lakh rupee shanty in the suburbs, or a 25 lakh rupee shanty in a better location, or right, paying some money to the landlord, but just acquiring a piece of land from where he can't be thrown out, and therefore the prompt repayment also. So if you're a minority, good chance that you will want to buy the house first. Maybe you will afterwards buy more property and give it on rent, and by the time you would be 40-50 years here, and you would be less insecure. But insecurity is a big reason why people buy a house, and it's fair enough, because ultimately it gives you a shelter and it's a place which you can call your own, and it is one place from where you can't be thrown out, especially if you've paid off all the mortgages, right? So therefore that is one reason why people buy. Second, After you have earned well, you have a surplus anyway. So even a person earning 40,000-50,000 rupees per month, which is not a small salary at all, he will definitely have a surplus and not know what to do. So life, you get some focus by buying real estate and repaying the loan. So here is a 20-year or a 25-year commitment. Many people need that to be able to save stroke invest, right? So third is also lack of opportunity. More chances that a person who looks like you, talks like you, and has your kind of a background will hire you. So lesser opportunities are available in terms of businesses that a minority guy can do. So for a minority, the best business to do, or a good business he thinks he can do, is buy property and give it on rent. So once you have 5 properties on rent, the 6th, 7th, 8th properties can come within, say, 6 months of each other, because you're constantly getting a cash flow. So all that is again plowed back, and therefore again the landlord could be a minority guy. He could have bought a lot of property and now he must be giving out things on rent, because he feels secure, and he has one house, and these are all properties that he has bought. So a lot of minority people are also big landlords, right? Many people I spoke with also spoke about having their own home and mortgage paid off as a huge security during the COVID panic or epidemic. So all these things were definitely been very useful for people to buy, apart from the ROI that they get. So a minority person does not get enough opportunities to do business, because people would rather buy from their own community, etc. So what does this person do? He has a lot of surplus. He keeps buying, buys one real estate, he gets rent from it. He buys another real estate, then he keeps on telling himself that look, he's getting a fantastic return. He does not use IRR or Excel sheet to find out how much return he is getting on his really getting on his real estate, because he's paying maintenance charges, he's doing maintenance, he's running around for the tenant if the tenant has a problem, and if he appoints a manager to do all this, then there is a salary cash outflow going. So all these are reasons, apart from the return on investment, that people buy real estate. And does not make any sense, because your biases are actually hurting you and creating a bigger problem for you. But that is what behavioral finance should do, right? They should find out why people are buying real estate, etc., etc., and then they will know that not all the real estate is bought for ROI, not all the real estate is bought for giving it on rent. Many people keep it locked too, right? Thank you.